This is juice from those blackberries.
Here in a Finnish national park, and the thing here with national parks is that they don't touch anything unless a tree comes on the path, for example, after it falls. Otherwise, everything is left exactly as nature intends. Nothing's touched, and you see the result. This is how all of Europe would have looked about 200 years ago, before humans started intervening. Before that, it was all wild forests, just like this. You can see it's pretty amazing. Finland is a breath of fresh air. Finnish swamp right here. It's good that there's no mosquitoes yet in late May, but next week or in 2 weeks it will be absolutely packed with these little annoying creatures, and I would be attacked immediately. Right now there's nothing yet, and it's nice and peaceful. Great.
We have a lot. You don't have to take wood for another year. Even slimmer doen of niet? Nee, allemaal.
Alright, so it's my last full day here in Finland. Tomorrow I'm off to Poland. Yesterday was driving home from the parents of my brother's place, and I've been driving to or through Bulgaria for 8 years, so I'm used to pretty much any situation, and I'm always on high alert. But yesterday I was driving, it was almost dark, and suddenly out of the forest jumped 2 deer, and they were big. One was suddenly in front of the car. I was driving 60, 70, so I stopped, like full stop, immediately. Like, I braked pretty hard, not as hard as I could, but I had about a second to react, not more, perhaps even less. And I never drink behind the wheel, so I wasn't drinking yesterday either. I was completely sober, obviously, and I had a great speed of reaction. And when I was braking, suddenly a second deer jumped in front of the car because they were following each other. They were running in circles, kind of. They were confused and scared, obviously. One was in front of the car, already passed, and then one kind of stopped in front of the car. And then when I stopped almost fully, it continued. It's a bit hard to explain to you what happened exactly, because all of it took 1 second. At least that's how it feels. And if I had driven 100, I would have easily hit them, but I didn't. So the thing I do know is that you should never, for any animal, steer all of a sudden and make a strange movement with your steering wheel because you throw the car off its course, and you might get into in a drift, and something will happen. Something unexpected. You will not be in control of the car when you pull the steering wheel all of a sudden. What you do now is that whether someone's behind you or not, you look in the mirror every few seconds. If there's no one behind you, you'll have no problem whatsoever to push the brake as hard as you can. And in 20-30 meters, you'll be on a complete standstill if you're driving 80. If you drive 100, you have 50 meters for a complete standstill, and I would have hit them both probably. They were big enough to completely destroy the car or get through the windshield easily. But that didn't happen, so it was strange. I was scared, but also not, because every road I drive, I'm thinking, oh, there's an animal here. There's a man walking there. And there's not, but I anticipate it. And then when it's actually there, I know how to respond. It's the strangest thing. And I guess it's kind of a habit that I taught myself, because in Bulgaria I've had so many curves where the road suddenly stops, or there's a very big hole, or there's a flock of sheep all of a sudden in your blind curve, and you need to react to unforeseen circumstances. So when you imagine them up front and imagine in your head what you'll do, you already know that there's no one behind you, and you can make a full break. That's how I reacted, and that's why it was kind of second nature. But still, it was scary, and I didn't see the second deer. Like, it came when I had already stopped. That's the thing. And at dark, these animals start moving. When it's getting dark, they go out and they start running. Some animals might be afraid of your headlights or the noise and start running when they hear noise. And that's the scary thing as well. Some animals might be attracted to the headlights. Some might be scared of it. Some might run towards it. You don't know. And some might be shocked and stand still on the road, such as deer do. They have the expression, a deer in headlights, right? Well, that's what I had yesterday night. There we go. Always be careful in such countries on the road. Anticipate it. Imagine that there's this animal out of a sudden, and you won't be surprised by it.